What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kim Cash, whatever you want to call me. First and foremost, I just want to let you guys know that I appreciate those of you who have been subscribing to my channel, leaving comments. I have no idea why you guys are even clicking on my channel, why you guys are watching my video, because my consistency has definitely taken, you know, it's definitely, it needs some work because I'm really busy, and as I mentioned before, but nonetheless, I'm trying to get some stuff out here for you guys. So just a quick update of what's going on with me. I've been traveling and just pretty much just like enjoying, just kind of like just being in the moment. If you guys notice, I am a little darker. Probably can't see because I have like a ring light around me, but you can see here that I okay, like I'm a little darker. I was in Mexico a few weeks ago. I just came from Haiti like last week, and look out for that vlog that's coming. It's gonna be 2 parts. It's gonna be amazing. But anyway, before I get into today's video, I just want to send a special shout out to all of the new subscribers. I so appreciate you guys, and I want to also send a special shout out to all of the new nurse practitioners, like new board certified nurse practitioners, new board certified registered nurses. I've been getting a lot of feedback from my old students saying that they're passing their exams, so I'm so excited about that. Also, if you're a new NP student or a new RN student or an LPN student, whatever the case is, just want to send a special shout out to you and send some positivity your way. So now that that's said, what we are going to be discussing today is something that has definitely, well, these are some things that have definitely helped mold and shape my perspective and just kind of build my confidence as a new nurse practitioner. So for those of you who are new to my channel, hi again. I have a playlist called the Nurses Corner, and in that playlist I basically include all of the moments that have kind of led up to this one. I'm a new nurse practitioner. I graduated in, all right, forget the backstory. I just started practicing as a nurse practitioner in May. Now, in the beginning, of course, I was basically shadowing. I had a preceptor, just trying to figure out what the flow of an NP is as compared to a registered nurse. And I believe I started to practice a little bit independently in the months of like June, July. I think it was probably July-ish. I was kind of like thrusted into me practicing on my own. Of course, I would have the support of a provider or my collaborative physician if I really needed it, but I really had to stand on my own. So in the beginning, if you watch those vlogs or those little clips, you would see that my confidence was like 0. Maybe a 1 on a scale of like 1 to 10. I was so nervous, scared, trying to psych myself up, and eventually I started to, you know, kind of get into the flow of things. Now I can stand or sit before you guys and let you know that I am not 100% confident, but I am definitely on the road to being, you know, what can I say? Not like confident, but I'm getting there. So what I wanted to do is share with you 3 tools that have helped me tremendously. All right, so the first thing that I have been using, and I've been going back and forth between them, it's actually 2 websites. One is called the AmericanFamilyPhysician.com or AmericanFamilyPhysician.com. I don't think it has a the. And the second is called Medscape.com. So I practice, and my specialty is family practice, meaning I can see newborns up until the, you know, God knows what age. I can see anybody across the spectrum. So AmericanFamilyPhysician.com is a website that basically provides guidelines, recommendations, treatments for American physicians or family physicians. Now, what I like about this website is it's very structured and it's very specific. Like if I'm looking for the recommendations for let's say community acquired pneumonia, it kind of allows me to think or it teaches me to think in the way of a physician, a family physician who will be treating somebody with community acquired pneumonia. The website is not really fancy, doesn't have a whole bunch of, you know, glitz and glam. It's really straightforward, it's really to the point, and it just gets you to find what's pertinent, what you need to do, how you need to take care of it, and be done. Now, the other website that I like is Medscape.com. You guys have probably heard of it. If you're a nursing student or a medical student, or any student, any person who's in the medical field should know what Medscape.com is about and should be familiar with the website. So it also comes in an app, but I pretty much use the website. So Medscape.com is a little bit different than the family physician website, because Medscape.com provides you with an array, an array of information and amenities. So they have, if I can visualize the website, there's a section that gives you like the news and the newest I guess like the newest information on like certain diseases or medications or things you might have heard like in the news. They have a section for that. They have a section for I'm trying to visualize the website. They have a section for drugs and diseases. They also have CEs and CMEs that you can complete, which are essential for certain professions in order for you to keep your credentialing. So Medscape.com, I found myself gravitating to that website a little bit more than American Family Physician because it's just amazing. It's simply amazing. So on the website, let me see if it's the same as the app, but the website itself, I normally go to the drugs and diseases section because what it includes is a real list and detailed breakdown of everything you need to know about a particular issue. So say for instance, I'm looking for, okay, boom, I found acute sinusitis, right? So what is included in the breakdown, it gives you an overview. It provides you with the clinical presentation of acute sinusitis. It gives you a differential diagnosis, which is amazing and so important for new nurse practitioners, only because nurse practitioners are not doctors. Let's get that straight. You're not a doctor. So the exposure and the knowledge and the experience that a med student or a resident has is not the same as a nurse who's been practicing for this many years and went back and got her master's degree. It's not the same. So a doctor could say that, oh, it might be acute sinusitis, or it could be, let's see, what else is there? It could be cystic fibrosis, or it can be, what else is there? That's a differential diagnosis. It could be asthma, bronchitis, all this other stuff. Meanwhile, a nurse practitioner might just be like, my only thing was acute sinusitis. I wasn't thinking of anything aside from that. So the benefit of this particular website is that it gives you other things to consider when you have a patient that presents with a particular sign or symptom. In addition to the differential diagnosis, it gives you the workup, meaning, okay, this is what you should do if the patient has acute sinusitis. In addition to the workup, so it has an overview of the clinical presentation, differential diagnosis, the workup, treatment and management, guidelines and medication. This website right here has helped me so much. Like, I'm getting to the point where I can kind of figure out, okay, this is what you might have and this is what I will do. And in the cases that I really don't know what to do, I have no shame in my game, and I just give me a second, let me step out for a little sec, just let me step out for a bit, and I go outside and I put in some of like, I kind of narrow down what maybe my top 3 diagnoses are, and I just build my plan of care from there. And I also go according to the Medscape recommendations. So if you haven't found anything that can help you, or like if you're feeling as though you are lost, because as new nurse practitioners, you should, I'm not gonna say you will, you should have somebody you can refer to, but you have to also keep in mind that these providers also have their own panel of patients, which is something that I had to definitely come to terms with. Like, although I do have a collaborative physician, he's seeing like 30 patients a day. He doesn't have that much time to really sit down and explain things to me or sit down and go over things with me. It's a matter of me pretty much working and making my brain work, so to speak. Like, just really just narrowing down what it is that I know and versus what it is that I don't know, and then just, just figuring things out. So like I said, those two websites are really, really good. I haven't really explored or ventured off to other websites, only because I just want to keep it to those. I don't want to have too many options. What I normally do is I have those two websites open on my desktop at every single encounter, like every single day. I have them open on my desktop, so the minute I'm stuck, I can run back, put some information in, see what it is, compare what it is that I'm feeling or what it is I'm thinking to the actual evidence that is presented, and going forward from there. The second tool are actually two books. This right here, which I speak about all the time. I'll go back into this one a little bit later. This is the Family Nurse Practitioner Certification Intensive Review. And I know you're probably thinking, like, you've passed the test already, why are you using a review book? I'll get into that. But what I've been put onto most recently is, I hope you can see it because I know the light is a little bit bright. It's the Harriet Lane Handbook. I'm sorry, I don't know how to do this YouTube thing. Is it like this? There you go. The Harriet Lane Handbook. So this is considered what many family practitioners or pediatricians would consider to be the pediatric Bible. So as you guys know, like I said, I do family practice, so I see a lot of babies. I see newborns. I'm talking about, I'm the one that they see as soon as they come out the hospital within that first, you know, the 8-day visit. Pediatric practice is different than adult practice in so many ways. One of the major ways is medications. And what I mean particularly is the dosaging, like how you would dose a certain medication for a baby, what it is to consider, stuff like that. So this book, I got this off Amazon for about, I think it might have been like about $40. And if it was a little bit more, I'll probably use some of my points to kind of get it down to something super like cheap. But this book is amazing. So what it includes is everybody's system, and within it, and also there are pictures too. So like right now I'm in the integumentary. Where am I at right now? Right now I'm in the dermatology section, and you know that babies or kids, for example, if they don't have certain vaccinations, they can present with certain dermatological issues. So it kind of gives you a guideline. Like, everything is not eczema, okay? So you have pictures of what a hemangioma will be, what herpes zoster would be, what varicella zoster, which is the chicken pox down here at the bottom. Can I get it? Can I get it? Is it working like this? Oh geez. Well, you know, you get the point. It shows you what tinea pedis is, what measles are, what rosella is, so many things. So this book is phenomenal. I would recommend that you get it. Everything that I talk about in today's video, I'm going to put it in the description bar below, just so you guys can refer to it. But yeah, Harriet Lane, this right here is phenomenal. I put my name on there because I don't want nobody to steal it. This apparently is a godsend. Now this here, I've been talking about this book from the beginning of time, and ironically enough, at the clinic where I practice, I have a few students that attend the school that I went to get my nurse practitioner degree. So I've recommended this to them as well. I'm like, guys, I know you probably hear people telling you to do this, to go this place, to go to this website, use this company, do this. This right here is everything. So why do I still use this book? I love it. Okay, so say for instance, we're talking about peds, since I was talking about peds, right? There is a pediatric section. Everything is very concise, to the point. And what it does is, for example, really quickly, we know that within the first few years of a child's life, immunizations is something that needs to be on a schedule. Immunizations are recommended. So at first I've struggled with knowing how many of each dose of immunizations a child has to get, because it's so much. Like, when a child comes for their 2-month vaccines, boy, like it's crazy. So here in this book, it gives you a quick, like, let me see, there we go. You may not be able to see all of the details, but like it tells you, like you get to see Hep B, when do you give Hep B? Then when do you give the second dose? When do you give the third dose? When do you give the Tdap? When do you give the HIV? When do you give the, you know, like it tells you when do you give the MMRs? When do you give the varicella? So that you kind of just know, instead of you having to go Google it, which may be what most people are doing. Most people probably don't go to Medscape. They probably don't go to American Family Physician, and they for sure don't have a book like this that gives them the quick answers that they need. So for me, if I was stuck, I mean, at this point, I kind of got the hang of it. Like I kind of know which vaccinations are giving at which visit. But in the event that I didn't know, I could quickly just boom, 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 go to pediatric section, go to immunizations, and I'll say, fine, all right, this is the 2-month visit, so I know that the patient needs Tdap, rotavirus, HIV, PCV, IPV. Then I would, and also this is good for, so that you can tell the parents too, because a lot of parents may be newborn. I mean, this might be their first time having a baby, and they don't know certain things. So when they hear that the baby's getting shots, they might ask you, what shots are they getting? Why are they getting this many shots? And like all of the answers that you need are right here. So I don't normally use one source of information. I go between, you know, a few things just to confirm that we're all on the same page. Now, the last thing, which is the third thing that I use, is an app on my phone. I told you guys before that Medscape has, in addition to the disease or whatever it is that you're trying to treat, it tells you the medications. Medscape will tell you the dose, how frequent to give it, and it also tells you for what symptoms or for what diseases or for what illnesses you would give certain medications. Now, when I don't have time, or if I'm in a room with the patient and they tell me something and I have to really quickly come up with a diagnosis and come up with a solution or a medication, specifically an antibiotic, I like to use this app here. It's called Let me come out the app and show you guys. I actually have like a section in my phone called medical utilities. So I have the Medscape app, as you can see here on this side here. In the middle, this is the app that I'm talking about, the EMRA, and then on the left is Hippocrates. I don't really use Hippocrates like that. I just downloaded it because it was free. But the EMRA is the Emergency Room Antibiotic Guide, I believe, or something like that. This is what a lot of the ER physicians or ER residents use when they need to come up with antibiotics for an infection of some sort. So what's good about this app is that it wasn't free. Okay, let's get this. I think it might have been like maybe $12. I can't remember. I might be wrong. I'll find out and I'll put the information inside of the description bar below. But it wasn't free, but I feel like it was a really good investment. So how they break it down is by, you have everything broken down by organ. I'm gonna get this lighting thing together. You can have it listed by organ. So let's say we're talking about the central nervous system, right? And we have somebody who we suspect has meningitis. Meningitis is listed here. And if you can see it, meningitis is listed here. And from here, it basically gives you some pearls, or if necessary, basically saying like acyclovir dosing is based on the ideal body weight, not actual body weight. Do not delay antibiotic therapy for lumbar, like if you got a lumbar puncture on a patient with the meningitis, don't, you know, delay antibiotic therapy. You just start the medications and discontinue, I guess, if you find out that maybe the spinal tap comes back negative. But nonetheless, if you're treating cryptococcal meningitis, it will tell you for the child, this is what you can give. Probably can't see it. Basically tells you can give ceftriaxone, you can give Cipro, you can give rifampin. So if you have somebody, hypothetically speaking, with, let's go back to community acquired pneumonia, why not? We'll do it based not on an inpatient, on an outpatient. If you have, it gives you guidelines. If you have a patient that was previously healthy and they have a low risk for drug resistance, you give them azithromycin, a Z-Pack. If not, you can give them doxycycline. If the person has comorbidities such as heart failure, liver failure, renal disease, diabetes, etc., it tells you give levofloxacin, give amoxicillin clavulanate. So the benefit, y'all, I'm tight. I ran out of space on my memory card. I was only concerned with making sure that I had enough battery, but I didn't have enough memory card space. So what was I saying? I think I was saying that the benefit, oh yeah, so the benefit of having something like the EMRA antibiotic guide is that you may not always have the opportunity to run out and research or go on Medscape or go on American Family Physician to figure out what is recommended. Everything would be here, and I have no problem pulling my phone out and basically saying, okay, are you allergic to anything? Have you ever taken this before? No? All right, boom, we're gonna give you this. Or you have taken this before? Was it within the last 10 days or 7 days or 6 days or 5 days? All right, fine, so then we'll use this instead. Because even in the hospital setting, the physicians and the residents are walking around with iPads with all the patient's information and stuff like that. So I don't think patients are necessarily far removed from that idea or concept that you may have, you know, I guess, an electronic guide with you. I guess it's just a matter of how you finesse it. Like if you look nervous and you look like, oh my gosh, I'm getting the answers from a website or from a secondary source or another, they may feel some type of way. But nonetheless, these are the things that have helped me tremendously. I go to work now with just a little bit more ease. I am at a point where I'm not only at one particular site. I am not just where my where my collaborative physician is. They're bouncing me around to various sites based on, I guess, the needs of that site for the day. And I think had I been in a situation where I was either messing up or showing an extreme lack of confidence, or I really looked like I did not know what I was doing, they would not feel comfortable to send me to help out. So I think it's kind of a good thing, I think. So yeah, I mean, I hope that this video helps. I hope some of the information that I've shared with you guys will help guide some of you new nurse practitioners, or even if you're not new, maybe this is something you can just add to your regimen or add to your day-to-day practice to kind of make your day just a little bit more easy. So if you have any recommendations, you are a nurse practitioner or you are a doctor, shoot, why not? If you have any recommendations, please feel free to leave them down below. We're all going to be reading, we're all going to be responding. And if you have any questions that I may not have answered, or maybe something that just kind of came up while you were watching this video, I hope that you will leave it below and I'll try my best to answer you guys. So I'm gonna wrap this video up now because I have to go out, and I will see you guys soon.